Twitter, Instagram, all those good joints. It's Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. Yep. And you know what doesn't make sense is every night my stand gets repositioned, and I got a feeling it's because of other factors that might be bumping into it. Anyway, welcome to the show. It is Wednesday, and I wasn't here yesterday. I do apologize. My fault. Yep, we had one of them crazy days, and I knew it was going to happen. I got until Friday at this job that I currently work at with the man truck, and I was saying to myself, I know they're not going to let me get out of here unscathed. I knew it was going to be some craziness that goes on before the end of the my tenure there. And they did. Yeah, the guy called off, and next you know, I had to go step in and help out. It was a long day, man. Carrying drywall up and downstairs. Up and downstairs, y'all. Lucky I'm built hardcore and can handle it. Then had another three jobs. It was crazy. But I survived. I will survive. Yeah. As long as I know how to love, I know I will survive. I don't even know the words, and I don't care about it. So anyway, welcome to the show. Make sure you can let me know that you can hear me, because I want to make sure that y'all can hear me. And my other device is kind of kicked the bucket here, and this thing keeps moving. All right. So now, if y'all can hear me, let me double check, see if I can get the notification myself so we can go. People giving me the thumbs up. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, look at that. They had a nerve to give me a notification. How nice. How nice of them. Yeah. So, what's been up, y'all? What's been up? We got some stuff to talk about because things are getting crazier, but at the same time, becoming more sane. And that's what I love about it. For us, the stuff that the left look at as this is crazy and this is insane, we're looking at it like, I don't see what the problem is. This right here is the world healing itself, Now, granted, it ain't going to all the way heal itself because we're not designed to be down here forever, and this world is not designed to be here forever. Some point, it will all come to an end. But while we're here, we might as well rock the planet, beating our chests like a silverback. That's what we might as well do, until it's time to go ahead and call it quits. Until then, we might as well go ahead and live out American glory. We don't want to be down here looking horrific. When the King of Kings come back, he don't even recognize this joint. We want to make sure we kept it in good keepings. Be like, all right, y'all did a good job. Great. Come on, let's get out of here. For the rest of you, y'all want to tear it up. And there's a lot of people out there that want to tear it up. And we're going to be talking about some of those people tonight. They're doing their job. They're like, we're going to tear this sucker down. Starting with the country, and then, of course, they would love to spread that to the world. So now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get loose. What? Real gorilla. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Yeah, man, there are some gorillas in here, and there's a Kevin's Corner store. Don't forget, if you get a chance, you can check out the corner store and you can get yourself some merchandise. There's also a phone number you can reach out to. It's 330-974-4607, just in case they want to exist Kevin. Yeah, we'll be able to communicate somehow. And if you want to support the channel in other ways, you can do that through my Cash App and my PayPal. The links are below each video. All right. Now, with that being said, y'all, we got us a session of F around and find out. Oh, yeah, we want to open up the show with people who F'd around and found out. Now, you want to talk about crazy. All right. This right here is some Trump derangement syndrome on a whole nother level, and some Elon deranged syndrome. A friend of mine at work, he just started calling these people Teds. He was like, Trump and Elon derangement syndrome. Teds. Whole bunch of Teds walking around. So, they're losing it. They're losing their cool, man. And it starts off with crazy statements like what we're about to hear. Now, understand, guys, these are people who get on the internet and purposefully say things like this, okay? So let's go ahead and check it out.
Listen, if I pull up to the Mexican restaurant and I see a truck, because let's face it, it's going to be a truck, with a Trump bumper sticker, you're getting keyed. I don't even want to see you at Taco Bell. The only thing
you're getting keyed. I mean, you know, these got to be the dumbest criminals in the world. The left are stupid, man. They're stupid. So you're going to get on TV or on the internet, at least, and tell everybody about your future crimes. There you go. You're going to tell everybody about your plan to key some cars. Now, that means if I have a Tesla and I am in Youngstown and I see somebody who keyed my car, I'm coming after her. Coming after her because she's on the internet confessing that she would have done it. She now becomes a suspect immediately. I'm like, all right, I don't know what state this girl was in with these bangs, the one with the bangs right there. But she said that she's going to key any Tesla. And I think we should look into her. Well, sir, she did that video from California. I don't care. Radicals are crazy enough to drive all the way from Cali to Youngstown just to key a Tesla and get up out of here. So here she is on the internet confessing what she's going to do. Boy, these are some dumb people.
To eat for the rest of your life is plain white bread and mayonnaise. And I know that you were going to eat a lot of that
anyway.
Plain
white bread and mayonnaise. So now, remember, guys, if you're a Trump supporter, MAGA supporter, you can't eat any Mexican food now because of the border. And by making sure that legal immigration takes place instead of illegal immigration means that you hate Mexicans. There it is. Yeah, you've been disallowed to eat Mexican food now, according to the girl with the bangs. Now, you see the stupid logic in this. They got these Muppets so brainwashed that this chick thinks that the reason that all of these millions and millions of Trump supporters that aren't all white who eats mayonnaise and stuff like that, yeah, lots of Latinos voted for Trump because they don't like illegal immigration. So now are all the Mexican Americans here that are legally here, or are they not allowed to eat Mexican food? Man, I was going to cook some burritos tonight, but I looked on the internet, some girl with the bangs. She had the bangs. She said we're not allowed to eat Mexican food. But honey, we're Mexican. Yes, see, but the girl on the internet said it. So now you're not allowed to eat Mexican food if you voted for Trump, y'all.
That's all you deserve. You deserve nothing that tastes good for the rest of your life.
What? I swear to God, if I ever see a MAGA person in a Mexican restaurant, because you cannot tell me that you voted for people who, whether they are citizens or not, to get deported out of this country.
Whether they're citizens or not. Now, do y'all see? TDS is a real thing, man. It's unbelievable what these Democrats and the fake news have done to these people. I feel sorry for these people. They got mush minds. It's a whole bunch of people in America that got mush minds. And I'm saying to myself, you don't even hear yourself? Here you are on the internet trying to drop some knowledge, talking about whether they're here illegally or legally. Now, first of all, there's an assumption, I guess, that every single illegal immigrant that came here are from Mexico. Now, if I'm Mexican and I live in Mexico, I'm upset. I'm like, you're giving us a bad name. We're not all illegal border crossers. They ain't want it. Some of us come the right way. Some of us get in line, fill out the paperwork, and say, well, you know what? I really want to be an American citizen. I'm willing to go through the process to do it. Yeah, not all of us just jump over the border or pay coyotes. But here this lady is. She's out here saying, hey, man, whether they come legally or illegally. So now I guess we got a lot of Latin Americans here in the U.S. who voted against illegal immigration when they voted for Trump, and apparently they're not allowed to eat. They're not allowed to eat Mexican food. So now what's next? Black folks too. If you voted for Trump, you're not allowed to eat black food. Okay. All right. No more ham hocks. No more pig feet. No more mac and cheese and collard greens. You can't eat that stuff anymore. No more sweet potato pie. And all of that mess. You know how the brothers like it. You know how the brothers like it. No more putting bacon grease on everything you cook. Now, you're not allowed to do that. You black folks got to start eating mayonnaise now and bread. White bread. White bread. See, the dumb logic in this and the assumption that everybody thinks the way that they think. In their heads, they're thinking the only people that would have voted for Trump are all white, upper to middle class American cis men, gotta be cis, and cis women who obey their husbands. Obey their husbands. Nobody could have voted for Donald Trump, and you're a minority. But that's what they got these people thinking, like, this is the damage that identity politics does. And now look at them, suffering from Trump derangement syndrome. Her head would pop if she was talking to me. You know, these liberals probably would come up to me with complete confidence that I voted for Kamala Harris. Hey, tell you, man, things are getting crazy. Yeah, they are getting crazy. What kind of crazy you thinking? Oh, look, man, they didn't even let Kamala get in. It's crazy, man. All those white supremacists out there, they're keeping your people down. I voted for Trump. She wouldn't know what to do. None of these folks would know what to do if they ran into a conservative that voted for Trump that ain't white.
To Mexico. And also voted for tariffs against Mexico, where we get a large majority of our produce.
Oh.
Especially avocados.
Oh, shoot, y'all. We can't live without those avocados. There it is. I mean, you hear her? I mean, now we got to let ourselves get abused with the tariffs, the unfair trade, the fentanyl coming across. According to these Muppets, yeah, you can't actually use leverage, even though we can deal without the avocados. Pretty sure we can figure out a way to grow avocados here if we wanted to. I'm pretty sure we can figure out some, workarounds when it comes to that. But you know who can't do that? Mexico. Mexico needs us when it comes down to trade. So it would behoove them to start saying, now, how can we be a better neighbor? I mean, look, you've been living next to me for 20 years, and I can't even see over the fence because the grass is higher than the fence. It's higher than the fence. Yeah. You let your dogs come out and come and poop in my yard every day. Yeah, you got all of your friends and family to come and visit, and then they just out there making noise all times of the night. Yeah, you're letting people jump over your fence and have a good time in my yard and stuff like that. Yeah, and you're supposed to be a good neighbor. I'm supposed to be in your face going, it's okay. It's okay that you came into my house without asking to borrow some sugar. Yeah, I just assumed since we neighbors, I could just come on in there because you were a little shy on sugar. You good? You good with that? No, I'm not. At some point, I'm going to say, hey, man, look, you're a horrible neighbor. You got to pull it together or it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. So, yeah, she's mad about that. And she's talking about we need avocados.
You can't enjoy Mexican restaurants if you voted that way. You cannot go with your little girly pops and get chips and queso and margaritas and be like, this and girl time. Like, no. You don't get to do that. You lost that right to do that. You
lost that right. So wait, the people who don't have rights to come into our country don't have rights when it comes down to them being, of course, deported out of here. And those people right there, the ones that don't have rights, she thinks they should have the right to just come into a country illegally, stay, get benefits, enjoy themselves, some commit crime. Yeah, they should have that. And then when you want to deport them, yeah, you got to go through hoops and hurdles to get them out of the country because, you don't want to, I guess, offend their rights that they don't have. That's the logic of this person right here. And those that voted against that don't have the right to enjoy Mexican food. There it is. Even if I eat it, I can't enjoy it. I could be eating that burrito like, it's nasty. I'm just doing it because I got to eat, what I'm saying? I'm stuffing it down, but I can't enjoy it though. Ew, so nasty. That's what we got to do. We can't enjoy it now. So the Trump derangement syndrome is causing these people to get online and say real stupid things, but where it gets bad is when the stupidity is manifested physically.
You do not get to enjoy Mexican food, Mexican culture, anything related to Mexico if you voted for Donald Trump. If you voted for Donald Trump, you do not get to enjoy an all-inclusive resort in Tulum or, I don't know, fucking Cancun or anywhere else in Mexico.
So now she's trying to shut down, business for Mexico. So now we ain't even allowed to go to Mexico. I'm sure the tourist industry in Mexico is like, stop it. Don't do that. What are you saying? We need those people. But see, they don't think that conservatives have buying power. There it is. They think that we are ostracized in society. We don't really carry the purse like all the folks is talking about. You're not allowed to get Teslas because all of us liberals who have all the money. Yeah, we have all the money and we're the only ones driving Teslas. If we give up our Teslas, these poor conservatives, they're not able to buy Teslas. They're all broke. They're all walking around, you know what, with one tooth missing. Yeah, there it is. Bunch of Bobs walking around. And they're just basically driving buggies and old rusty pickups that they've been working on in their backyard for about 12 years. So there it is. That's the assumption of liberals, the mush minds that are out there. They swear up and down conservatives shouldn't be able to do things. It's not enough of y'all to whereas you're going to make an impact in the industry once we blackball y'all and say you're not allowed to do stuff. Not realizing that we buy stuff these folks don't support. These are the folks that will go out there, protest to try to shut something down, and then they don't even support it. You know what, the NFL, they got mad because these guys were kneeling. It's racist. Yeah, you guys shouldn't watch it. And all of those dumb coaches came out the first week after that, taking a knee with their dumb players in solidarity until they realize how many conservatives go to football games and watch that mess. Yeah, when those ratings hit, they was like, get your butt up, get up, everybody get up. Ain't gonna be no kneeling. You're gonna do that mess, you could do it inside the locker room. Don't be out here doing that. Because liberals aren't coming out to pay for football games. You think these people right here, when they boycott something, they're gonna be like, all right, I'm not gonna watch football today, because normally I do. I'm not gonna do it. And I'm saying, y'all don't do that anyway. And folks F around and find out. Look at Budweiser. They still haven't recovered from that. Every time I walk through the store and see Budweiser, turn my head, disgusting. So now let's continue because see, some people are about to get some consequences for their TDS.
You do not get to do that. You should not be allowed to do that. I think Mexico should be able to pull and see how did you vote. And if you voted for Donald Trump, you are not allowed in their country because you do not get to benefit.
You hear these fascists? These tolerant fascists right here? You hear her? Yeah, they're very tolerant dictators. Mexico should be able to pull your vote. Hey, stop for a second. Come here. Okay. Who did you vote for in 2024? Why is that important? We need to know before you're allowed in Mexico. Okay. I don't remember actually. Oh, you seem like a Trump supporter. You gotta go. Adios. So now we're not allowed to go into Mexico legally because they're not going to let us just jump over their border and come in there for a better life. I'm not allowed to just go ahead and fly or drive down to Mexico and start snagging avocados, stuffing them down my shirts. For a better life. And driving back to the States. I'm not allowed to do that. But yeah, apparently they're allowed to do it to us, and we're not allowed to say anything according to the Muppets, the Muppet Minds. But wait, some more Muppet Minds is coming, y'all.
Off of Mexican culture and Mexican experiences, including Mexican travel and vacations, when you voted for Donald Trump. Wow. You don't. You can't vote against people and a culture that you want to take advantage of because you're a rich white person.
There it is. You're a rich white person. They don't even stop to consider all of the minorities that voted for Trump. Isn't that crazy? See, this is your mind on liberalism right here. Like, this is the Muppet mind right there. This is the TDS mind. In her head, only rich white people voted for Trump. That's because that's been reinforced. When they get up there, and you see on TV, and Don Lemon the other day on the Bill Maher show, he's talking about how any black MAGA people who voted for Trump, they don't know what they're doing. They're stupid. They're brainwashed. See, you can't just be a very intelligent minority with some reason and some common sense and able to see how this becomes your mind on TDS. And you say, I don't want that. I don't want that illness right there. I don't want to be the guy living my life in anger, walking around every day thinking about all the atrocities that are not taking place under Donald Trump. I don't want to be that person. See, yeah, I want to be a rational, common sense person that's saying he's not doing or asking anything out of the norm that is crazy. But yet y'all wanted to make it seem like he's a dictator, he's whatever, he's a racist and stuff. And I'm saying, wow, while overlooking all the other evidence Is this man going to send Mexican Americans out of the country? Is he rounding up the black people? Because we heard that the first term. He was supposed to round us up. But we never got rounded up. But in her head, it's always rich, white. And see, this is what burns me up too with white liberals. White liberals are the worst. They're the worst, man, because in their head, they're not white. In their head, they're like, I'm getting clout with all the minorities. Look at me. I'm down with you people. I just called them all white, rich white people. Now, I wonder if these liberals, if you dropped a couple million on them, would just reject that money. I mean, well, I guess you can't be rich and white. Can't be rich and white. Or if you're rich and white, you got to be a liberal. There it is, a rich white liberal. Those white rich people are acceptable, but not the conservative ones. Unbelievable mentality, isn't it?
Did you just key a Tesla the other day?
Uh-oh.
What? You're on video. Yeah. This is the guy. You just keyed a Tesla. You got a video on.
Oh, shoot. You see this old timer right there? This is when your TDS comes back to bite you. When you F around and find out, when you sit back and say, I let these people talk me into this mentality, they caused me to compromise my common sense. These folks need to be studied. I kid you not, man. This is a social experiment that will live in infamy. We will be looking at the way these people behave themselves during this whole stretch of Trump and marveling about it. Like, wow, that was a real disease, man. These people right here are affected, by TDS. It's like contagious. So when it causes you to do stuff like this and you're about 68, 9, 7, he probably about 75, and disabled. Let's see what he does, y'all, because this guy right here, he's shocked that this guy recognized him.
And I just saw it. It's all over the fucking face. You have the media.
Yes, Tesla.
Keyed a Tesla in a parking lot somewhere around here. What do you got to say about that?
I didn't do that.
Uh-oh, what's this? Hey, I recognize that jacket. I recognize that walk. Yeah, right on over there, y'all. You see, you can tell the body language he's looking around. Yeah, he don't realize Tesla's got like 1 million cameras all over him. This is when you F around and find out. Boy, and see, they don't realize they're getting nothing from doing this. The Democrat Party is not coming to help these people. They're not coming. These are useful idiots right here. These are caught in fire. It's like, yo, you know what? Let's blast out all of these stupid dummies who think they're helping us. Yeah, they're helping themselves. Now, this guy's going to be hit with all kind of legal fees, and we're going to see what happened because, yeah, there it is. He's putting on a show right there. That's him, for sure. Yeah. Go and key that car. Now, you get away. Yeah. Yeah. Looks like him, ladies and gents. Yeah.
Well, you're on video. I plainly saw you doing it. You pulled up right next to it, and then you keyed it.
Bullshit.
You want to bet?
Bullshit.
Whatever.
Okay. Well, they got your license plate. I'm surprised you haven't been contacted by the police yet.
Yeah, and hopefully that's coming soon. And got the nerve to have a USA jacket on. See, these people really be thinking they doing, the country a favor. They're fighting to save the USA by, doing these terroristic tactics right here. So now this guy, he knows he's busted. So he's just kind of downplaying it, whatever. But boy, is he about to find out the hard way.
I mean, what do you have to say? I mean, I saw you do it. I'm just curious. I mean, just because of Elon, you're wearing a USA T-shirt, driving a Korean car. Why would you key an American car? The guy's probably a Democrat that owns it. I think it's a woman.
Of course, and that's what these Muppets don't even realize. Most likely, more climate change conscious people are rocking a lot of Teslas. Now I think Tesla's a great car. I can't afford one right now. Right about now, though, see, when I see people starting to bully folks and pick on folks, I'm sitting back like, yo, I want me a Tesla now. I need some cheese, though. I need some cheese. YouTube, get off my back so I can go buy a Tesla. But my point is, these folks don't even realize they're not hurting. They're hurting Elon a little bit, but he'll bounce back. But they're hurting a lot of folks who says, I bought the car before Elon even got involved with Trump. I really thought that I'm saving the environment, and you go, I'm a bleeding heart liberal just like you. Like the Jewish guy who somebody came and put a swastika on his Tesla. He comes out and catches the guy's like, look, I'm Jewish. Oh, that goes to show they got the Muppet mind. They don't even stop to think about the consequences. They don't even stop to make any of those connections. Like, wow, how many of these folks, man, are out there saying, look, I bought this car. I love my car. I'm not a Trump supporter, but however. So that's the mentality, though. And he thinks he got away with it.
I mean, I'm just curious why you did that.
Because I'm a stupid Muppet.
You just don't have anything to say
Nah,
about
he ain't
that?
got
Either
nothing to
one
say.
of you guys do?
Nope.
Okay.
Now, this guy went so viral that a random person ran into him and was like, hey, you're the guy. You're the guy to keep that car. Now, he's sweating right now. If a random person is able to recognize you and call you out, you sitting back like, oh, shoot, I'm pretty sure I done messed around and accidentally went viral. If this random human I've been doing this show for about 8-9 years maybe, and I get recognized every blue moon. This guy right here keys a car, and he's recognized. Hilarious. So much to what happens.
You're handicapped, too. I mean, this is just kind of ridiculous.
They're not going to let him off because of that, though.
Well, good luck to you, sir.
Yeah.
Hope you learned a lesson.
Nah, he ain't learned it. See, this is where you make them learn a lesson. When you make them feel it like this.
San Jose police have announced an arrest after a man was caught on video vandalizing a Tesla.
Oh.
The car's owner tells us this happened last Friday afternoon in a Costco parking lot.
Well, look
the
at
video
that.
of the man keying the car has gone viral on social media.
Yeah, they made him famous, y'all. That TDS made him famous. In his brain, he was like, yeah, freaking Trump and Elon. That's right. I'm going to show them. Now look who's being shown.
San Jose police say they were able to identify and arrest the man less than 24 hours
Oh, you saw the hand? Did you see first of all, you see the body language to turn around? See, it's obvious when you're up to no good. This guy wasn't even cool, calm, and collective. He's out there like this. And then you saw the hand. Wait, let's see the hand again right there. Right there. There it is. Exhibit A. Exhibit A. See the hand with the key in it? Yeah, what is that hand doing, ladies and gents?
24 hours.
Oh, yeah, got him good. Got him good. Dug all in. Yeah, get it, man. Boy, these are some dumb people.
After it was reported, the man is now facing a felony vandalism charge. Police Chief Paul Joseph sharing...
How you gonna drop a felony when you're about 75, man? All over, you let your TDS cause you to go out with a felony. Yeah, if this felony sticks, this dude might have to turn in his weapons. Might get fired from his job. Who knows? Who knows the effects? But I hope they really press him. I hope they make an example out of this dude. I mean, I wouldn't give a darn. I don't care if he rolled in there in a wheelchair. Arm bandage up. I'd be like, I don't care. That's not moving me. Throw the book at this guy. All right, I'm old. I can barely see out of one of my eyeballs. I don't care. Send him to the slammer, okay? Stuff him right in there with Bubba and the rest of them, so he can show all these other crazy folks what not to do.
A statement about the arrest, saying in part, quote, no matter one's personal beliefs or frustrations, they do not justify illegal actions. I urge everyone to respect one another and above all to respect the law. Yeah. San Jose Mayor...
But that's not the left style. See, they only respect norms when they benefit them or when they can try to go ahead and claim Trump is violating all of our norms that we never even follow. Yeah, the norms that we just learned about just so we could use them to try to say, look at Trump, he's a dictator, he's rogue, he's doing whatever he wants. Look at Trump, he doesn't support law and order, he encourages violence except when we want to go out and key cars, burn down Tesla charging ports, and shoot up Tesla buildings and stuff like that. Yeah, that's protesting. That's mostly peaceful protesting from us. But not Trump when he says go over and let your voices peacefully be heard at the Capitol.
Matt Mahan also weighing in on the vandalism, saying keying a car because you don't like the person who designed it is like breaking a clock because you don't like the time it shows.
Yeah.
If this crime was politically motivated, our residents can't be held accountable for something Elon Musk is doing 3,000 miles away.
Now, why is it that conservatives don't do stuff like that? I mean, I really think, man, sometimes I'm not an evolutionist, but if I was, it almost seems as if the conservative mind, the moderate to conservative mind, is in an evolutionary stage where we just went on a little further off, and we're like, these cats, man, they behave like cavemen. They got the baby kid mentality, man. You can manipulate them into doing all kind of stuff. And I'm saying this is what they do to little kids. When you're older, you can manipulate kids into doing stuff like this. And I'm saying these people are behaving like children, man. I mean, these people have been able to be talked into doing stuff like this, committing crimes and thinking that they're fighting for justice. That's the irony of it. The Democrats have compromised their common sense and have perverted their ability to say, that's right and this is wrong. It's inverted. They're saying, yeah, you know what? Do anything we have to do to go ahead and try to stop Trump or Elon Musk, because we've been told that these folks right here are dictators, oligarchs. These folks right here are, Hitler and all of that stuff. So therefore, we have to do whatever we can do, regardless of the law, to stop these men. And all it ends up doing is biting them in the butt. Like this girl.
So I work at a Mexican restaurant, and last night I had a MAGA table come in.
A MAGA table, y'all.
Wearing the hat and everything.
Hat and everything, y'all.
And I just thought, why are you here?
Ooh.
This is...
Yeah, we don't like your kind here. See the tolerant liberals? Why are you here? We don't like your kind. And they don't even realize they are a representation of what they claim they hate. That's the irony of all of this. I mean, you could just straight up teleport these people back to like the early 1900s, the late 1800s, and they'll fit right in with slave owners and the racist South. Why are you all in here? Especially y'all coming there with your MAGA hats and stuff, voting the way you want. Okay? You know what we're going to do just like the Klan? We're going to terrorize y'all. We're going to go around, key your cars. We're going to harass y'all until y'all vote the way we want y'all to vote. You understand that? That's how these folks behave. So here she is right here with her tolerant self. Why are y'all here?
Not for you. You don't get to enjoy these flavors in this cuisine.
Yeah, white man enjoy this cuisine. Down there and eat your pig feet and your bacon and stuff. For you guys to go ahead and eat amongst yourselves, okay? Yeah, we don't want your kind in here eating like that. See, listen to her.
Comes from a country whose people you're trying to kick out. This is not for you.
Oh, it ain't for you.
Go home and eat some unseasoned chicken and green bean casserole like...
Oh, you hear that? So go on back to Africa. You understand? Go back to Africa and eat whatever those Africans eat or something. It's not for you. Shoot, we can't control you. We can't own you. We don't want you in the country. Go on now, going back. So now you hear this chick. She works at a restaurant, and this is what TDS makes you do. Yeah. Common sense blown out. Get on here and start bashing the customers at the restaurant that you work at. And never stop to think that there's a whole bunch of Trump supporters out there that might come into that restaurant and want to shop buy food after seeing me talk about, we don't want your kind here. You're not allowed to eat Mexican food. And I'm assuming that all of y'all that come in here that voted for Trump are white. See, notice they got to get their white plug in. See, remember, these folks right here that are white, they always got to slide in the anti-white statement. Here we go.
Go home and eat some unseasoned chicken and green bean casserole.
Unseasoned chicken and green bean casserole. There you go. But sometimes I eat unseasoned chicken. Or some of that casserole. But once again, they got to slide in their anti-white statement. See, that makes it stank right there. Like, let me stick that one in you. Yeah, because go home, you white folks, because that's exactly who you are. You're only white Americans who voted for Trump.
Like God intended.
Like God intended.
The fuck? Using this comment to say that the MAGA people got so angered by my video.
So angry? No, we don't get angry. We get even.
That they're literally trying to hunt me down.
Hunt you down?
Every MAGA person watching this.
It's easy to hunt you down. Toots. When you go and get on the internet, not thinking that it would ever come back to bite you. You're not incognito. You didn't have the shadow over your face with the altered voice. Yes, the other day, some MAGA people came in. No, yeah, you didn't do that. You got on there bold and thinking that all of America thinks like you. There it is. That's the mentality. That's the liberal left mentality. Yeah, only a small percentage of white Anglo-Saxons that live up in the back hills of Alabama don't think like us white liberal progressives. So you went on the internet and blasted that out there, and then you're saying we're trying to track you down. Matter of fact, this popped up in my feed. I didn't have to go looking for her. Yeah, that's how much this is going viral. And she's talking about MAGA people are trying to track us down.
Okay, please listen carefully to my words.
Okay.
I don't work there anymore.
Oh, why not?
I see you guys commenting the location of my job,
Oh.
the address of my job on all of my videos. I see it. I don't work there anymore.
Oh, why? Did you quit? Did you just say quit? I'm not going to go ahead and work at a restaurant who allows those MAGA folks to come in and eat. I won't be a part of this establishment. Or
Commenting the name of my job. I don't work there anymore. They let me go because of my video, and that's fine. It's a rest.
oh, snap. So you effed around and found out? That's what had happened? You didn't think there would be any consequences? Actually identifying the job that you work at and how you felt about the people that y'all were serving. Your common sense didn't kick in. The common sense has been compromised by the mush mind. There it is. She got the Muppet mind. So that's what happens. And you see this over and over again with liberal leftists. They get on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and they blast out stuff thinking and assuming that the majority of Americans think like them. Boy, I tell you, when I was seeing them teachers get fired for recording what they was teaching the kids, yeah, they say we can't teach us CRT in here, but we're not going to listen to them. They were up there bold, y'all, up in that bad boy with the camera in the face like... Hey, so anyway, all the rest of you teachers out there, don't forget, we're all going to continue to do it, okay? The one girl on there talking about I got rid of the American flag. So they asked me, what flag are we going to make and pledge allegiance to? I said, well, there's the LGBT flag right there. We can do that one. And almost before she got off the internet, they called her in the office. And she didn't think that would circulate back to the parents. That's what TDS does. It compromises your common sense. You don't stop to go, wait a minute, what other parts of my life this might impact if I send this hateful video out? Yeah, man. So then they're shocked when they get fired.
Restaurant. I'll get another job.
Okay,
but
maybe it's a restaurant. I'll get another job. As viral as you went, I don't know. If I'm the manager of Denny's and you come in, I'm be like, wait a minute. You're the girl that went viral for talking about Trump supporters. Yeah, we're not hiring your kind here. We don't want you ruining our business. We got a lot of Trump supporters that come in and eat. See, she don't even recognize. And in her brain, she's the victim, y'all.
They're fucking insane and sick in the
Y'all
head.
insane.
You get so mad that someone tells you that a certain cuisine isn't for you.
Yeah, there you go. It's your right to tell us. There it is. We got mad about that. Now, the irony is, nobody got mad. Nobody felt the need to go and track her down and stuff like that. You're on the internet. It's not hard, okay? You put that video up there. Don't be blaming everybody else. But yet, we got the problem. We got the problem. I think you guys are sick. You were supposed to let me get up there and vomit up all of my anger and the way I felt about these people and agree with me and say nothing. That's what you guys were supposed to do. But instead, y'all up here blasting me and saying, okay, so since you work at that Mexican restaurant that I was in last night, I won't be coming back there. And of course, management got wind of it and said, could you come in here for a minute? We're going to have to let you go. And I hope it follows her to every other restaurant that she applies for.
You're gonna try to dox someone and hunt them down at their job and make them and all their coworkers feel unsafe?
Oh, like you made the Trump supporters feel unsafe? I don't know about you, y'all, but I would have liked an apology. I wouldn't have wanted to be sitting up there enjoying my quesadilla, knowing that she's over there eyeballing me because I got a MAGA hat on and I could feel the heat coming out of her eyes. Looking at me, I can't believe that black guy got that. You know, I'm gonna go over and tell him. I'm gonna tell him, no, girl, don't do it. Don't do it. It ain't worth it. No, I feel I have the right. Because he shouldn't be in here enjoying this great Mexican food. He's a Trump supporter. Excuse me, sir. Why do you have that MAGA? Did you vote for Trump? You're a black person. How could you do that? That's the mentality of liberals. But wait, guys, don't think that it just stops there. Okay, see, so perverse at its worst. You want to see some perversity? This lets us on. This segment right here is what made me turn green. I tried to overlook this one. Now, Trump done put out an executive order that there are only two genders. It's embarrassing that as humans, we got to even put out an executive order making the obvious claim that we all agreed to on just a couple years ago. Now, all of a sudden, though, there's some competition that kicked in. That they're trying to compete with nature. They're trying to compete with God. They're like, we don't like the way he set it up. That we want to open up the market with some new possibilities. Now, before everybody was just buying two genders, but that we think there's a market for, infinite agendas or genders rather. That's what they did. So these folks then came in and they feel that there's no such thing as just two genders, and they're defending this nonsense right here. So buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. We're going up to shite. I don't know if it's Chicago, but I know it's Illinois. So now the executive order says that boys can't be in the girls' bathrooms. Yeah, and vice versa. That's what the executive order. But guess what these liberal cities are doing? They're denying the executive order. They're disobeying the executive order. I mean, this is a constitutional crisis. Constitutional crisis. So they are, of course, defying federal law up there in Illinois. Check this out.
This nightmare began on February 5th when my daughter was using the girls' bathroom and was stunned that a biological male student was using it as well.
What?
She came home frightened and was extremely upset. I asked her to talk with her teachers and find out more information. She was told by the administration that a student can use the bathroom as well as a female locker room because they now identify as female.
Stuff like this that makes me want to get so high. And I don't even take drugs. So you hear this nonsense? The fact that this mother got to go in there and read this at the school board meeting. But guys, think about this, guys. The mother goes in. She's defending her daughter. And I guess the liberals got wind that this school board meeting was going to be addressing the issue of biological boys being biological girls. So what did they do? They put together a posse of angry, crazy, radical, woke leftists to come out and attack the mother who's defending her daughter. So watch this nonsense, because I'm listening to the mother like, darn right.
I expressed that the school was in clear violation of federal policy. The Trump administration issued an executive order restricting biological males from participating in sports and accessing female locker rooms.
Yeah, but see, the liberals, they defy executive orders and separation of powers when it comes down to their radical agenda. But don't let Trump try to deport people. Don't let Trump try to shut down USAID. These judges, they want to get all involved in that. Yeah, see, and if Trump doesn't listen to these crazy radical judges, then that's a constitutional crisis. Separation of powers. You got to obey these lower level crazy activist judges who are trying to control the executive branch. Okay, but when the executive branch issues a federal executive order, these rogue liberal cities say, whatever, dude. So now look how this board meeting goes off the rails.
That day, I filed a civil rights complaint on behalf of my daughter with the Department of Justice. The situation went from bad to worse.
Now, I can already tell what's going on right here. When you look in the background and you see this quality of people lined up right there, even in this door right here, that guy has on a big black mask. Why are you wearing a big black mask indoors in Illinois right now? It's warm out, COVID's gone, right here. Big black mask, rainbow on the shirt. Look at this, big black mask with the glasses over it. Yeah, you got folks like this with the mask and the red hair. The red hair. We already know whose team they're playing for. So they then went ahead and said, let's posse up and go down there and then try to make this lady who's making a rational argument and saying, hey, we need to follow federal law. Let's make her look like she is a racist bigot.
A few days later, the male student was present in the girls' locker room. Feeling violated, the girls made the choice to not change into their PE clothes with a biological male student present.
Darn right.
The next day, Assistant Principal Kathy Van Treese pulled the girls into their office, questioning them.
Wait a minute now. Oh.
The same.
Yeah, I had to bring in Apollo for that. So wait, the next day, the principal, or I guess whoever she was, called the girls in like, hey, look, I heard y'all didn't want to get naked in front of the little boy. What's your problem? What's your problem? Now, do you understand how perverse we've become as a society? When these adult educators, that's their response to this. That's their approach. Their approach is to call the girls in and say, what's your problem? Why weren't you guys comfortable taking off your clothes in front of a biological boy? And I don't even know why we got to call him biological. A boy, period. That's what it is. So, yeah, you would think, there it is right there. Game's over. Every adult in there should be going, but watch this.
Same day, Assistant Superintendent Joanna Ford, Kathy Van Treese, and multiple teachers all came into the girls' locker room, making them change into uniform.
What? Oh, no. Yes. That's where we've become. This is where we're at. I mean, so sad. It's so sad. I'm sitting here saying, wait, let me get this straight. I thought, like, after I first heard your opening statement about how the girls responded and they didn't want to change, I thought that the principals and stuff would come in and say, well, we understand. And we're going to follow federal law. And from now on, if this young man thinks he's a girl, we'll have him either change in our teacher's bathroom or whatever. But no, not them. Not them. They want to go the perverse route. They're like, show me the route of perversity. Yeah, because where's up being down and down being up? Where's a circle being a square and a square being a circle category? I want to go over there where things are backwards.
This went on all week with the addition of Ginger Laugerman.
All week?
My daughter refused to take part in having her privacy being violated. How dare they? She ran out and called for me for help. Principal Wegley answered, was offering my daughter a new PE class.
What? So wait a minute. The girl who's been enjoying the girls' locker room because she's a girl, and her whole world now gets upended by a little confused boy and a bunch of confused, crazy, radical, perverse adults decide that we're going to accommodate the very, very small minority versus the masses. We're going to go ahead and take the side of stupidity and perversity and the same stuff that cost us the election. We're going to take that side. And at the same time, offend the masses. We're going to force the masses into compliance when it comes down to our crazy radical ideology by bullying them. By saying, what's your problem? If you don't like it, why don't you go ahead and either switch classes or go to another. What the heck is that flying around in here? I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you, whatever you are. Oh, I got you now. Take that. Yeah. Come in my room just because it's warm outside. Bugs decide, oh, shoot. Party time in Kev's house. Not happening. Not happening. Just like this nonsense wouldn't happen. So, all right, let's get back. Because apparently now the little girl got to go ahead and switch up where she goes ahead and showers and stuff like that.
The answer was no. She is not changing for the remainder of the year, and she's not changing into another class.
Right.
The girls just want their privacy, and they want their locker room back.
Thank you, Alex. There you go. So the girls just want their privacy and their locker room back. Now, a common sense person, even if they were trying to accommodate this little boy who's confused, a common sense person would say, well, why would we flip over the apple cart and force the majority of these girls to feel uncomfortable or switch their classes for just one little boy who thinks he's a girl? Why don't we take the rational route and say, hey, look, little guy, girl, I know your parents are supportive of whatever you're going through. And hey, it is what it is. However, just to make sure that we don't ruffle too many feathers, until, you get of age and you're not in a public facility. We want to make you comfortable. See, they could have easily reworded this. We want to make you comfortable, okay, along with making sure anybody else is comfortable by allowing you to use ours. Now, I don't know about you. When I was in school, if they would have allowed me to use the teacher's lounge, I remember they told me to use the bathroom in the teacher's lounge. I thought I was a king. I went up in there like, I'm in the teacher's lounge. I'm about to blow it up. There it is. I'm about to spray paint this whole toilet for the teachers. There it is. I'm going to leave them. I'm going to take out all my frustrations on this bathroom. I'm peeing on the wall everywhere. I'm not even aiming for the toilet. Yeah, take this, teachers. Since y'all always giving me D's and F's, take this. Somebody went in there and trashed our bathroom. Who was it? Last person we allowed to do it was Kevin. Yeah, you felt like a king. But nowadays, that kid would be like, you know what, I can't believe they stuck me in there. I mean, I'm a girl and they should just accommodate me and make me. Now, you have no idea. This young man who's in middle school, what type of perverse stuff is in his head. Just because he might think he's a girl, even though he's a boy, he still might be attracted to girls. He still might be getting some type of whatever by watching these girls get undressed. And just because he's saying, well, I'm a girl just like y'all. I mean, imagine if all men and young boys was allowed to go ahead and adopt that mentality. Yeah. I mean, I remember all the time growing up, girls would go in their locker room. Do you understand how bad that would have got taken advantage of? We'd all be like, excuse me, Mrs. Pine. Me, Rob, Eddie, Clinton, Carson, we're all feeling like girls today. We think we should go ahead and walk right in there behind all the girls that are getting changed. Now, don't you deny us. You're denying me my equality and stuff like that. We would have abused it. So we don't know what this kid is really up to, and yet they just okay with it. And mad at the girls for getting upset with it. But watch these crazy behind activists and other parents. They booed her. Boo. You hear that? And then they bring up the stupid stuff. Why are y'all so interested in children's genitals? See, these are the strongmans that they always try to bring out. These are the statements that they just go ahead and say, let's go ahead and recycle this whole statement about anybody who has a problem with young men being in young women's locker rooms. It's not because of the women or young girls who might feel uncomfortable. It's you nasty, stinking, perverted adults that are interested in kids' genitals. Now, do you see the perversity in that? That's why this is perverse at its worst. When you now flip it and blame the parents or the adults for having some seedy motive to look at kids' genitals. See, this is what I'm talking about. Liberal logic. This is wokeness at its worst right here. Yeah, these folks right here are the reason we have to bring up executive orders. And then they bring in the clowns.
Executive Order 2019-11.
Now, guys, this right here is a person who identifies as a man. His profile pronouns are he, him. All right, and they got a transgender child. Somehow, isn't that odd? That confused adults that have kids often have kids that become confused. Isn't that ironic? What could be influencing these kids to be confused? When they're looking at their dad mom right here, who I could tell done allowed herself to grow just a little beard and a little teeny mustache. But yet you can't get over that small female frame. Can't get over it. Don't care how much testosterone you take. That soft, feathered down voice is coming out right here. And now she's about to school these parents.
Which my kid was standing next to Pritzker when he signed, yes, an executive order from the governor. And in that order, it's called Strengthening Our Commitment to Affirming and Inclusive Schools, which protects trans, non-binary, and gender non-conforming students.
What do you mean protects them? Anybody trying to hurt them in there? You're talking about protecting them. Who's protecting the little girls that are in their locker room and they feel uncomfortable changing in front of a young man? But yet you're talking about protect them as if there's an angry mob of kids racing through the hall to try to go ahead and hurt transgender little boys or girls. Yeah, it all comes down to the perversity of a bathroom, a private area that separates men and women. But perversity says, nah, there's no difference. Blend them all in together, even if they're kids, See, this is the stuff that I'm so glad society has voted against. But Illinois, they're not getting the hint. Yeah, they're still going to war and defying the executive order.
From the type of bullying that this parent represents.
Now, right there, I would have grabbed that skinny little girl arm and snatched her over to me like, don't be pointing at me. Who you think you're talking to that this parent represents? Now, this is the boldness. This is the disdain that they have towards parents who are concerned about their kids being exposed to the opposite sex. This is the perversity of this whole meeting. This lady went ahead like this parent represents. Now, back in the day, you get beat up. Back in the day, somebody would have went up there and snatched that skull cap off her head. Like, wait, who are you talking to? First of all, you're talking crazy talk. Secondly, you ain't got to sit back and point me out, but they done brought in these people to gang up on the parent. And people look.
Let's consider who is pushing this complaint. I'm here because I was alerted that Moms for Liberty was organizing a presence here today, who have been identified as an extremist hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center.
You mean by an activist law center? The Mothers for the Liberty is here today. So we went ahead and came out because now we got bootleg activist law centers that are able to go around and demonize and attack and label all of the people who resist our woke ideology as hate groups. And we'll try to legitimize their demonization by saying it's the Southern Law, whatever. This organization is a fact-checking organization. This group of people right here, they're qualified. They're qualified to determine what are hate organizations or not. And this gives us validity to go into meetings like this and use that fake trumped up data to try to attack folks that are part of rational common sense movements. So now, instead of these people just being mothers or parents for our liberty, saying we want our kids to be free of this nonsense, now all of a sudden, you guys are a hateful organization because you don't want your little girls being looked at by biological boys in the bathroom. You're a hate organization.
For spreading bigotry and division.
Look at these dummies.
This isn't just about a locker room policy. It's part of a national effort to roll back LGBTQ plus rights.
Here we go. Now, the lady didn't bring up nothing about no LGBT plus. See, this is the let's piggyback off of whatever grievance it is. Let's not stick to the topic. Let's not stick to this issue right here. Let's go ahead and assign all kind of other motives to this lady right here. Yeah, let's not even take in consideration the number one. These are kids, underaged, okay? These aren't adults. Number two, the parent didn't come out talking about, I don't like gay people, I don't like the LGBTQ. I just don't want my daughter in a bathroom changing if she's uncomfortable and there's another little boy in the bathroom. But you see what they do? I'm sure if he could, he'd slide in some racism. This is also an attack on black people. It's an attack on illegal immigrants. This is an attack on the Hamas. This is an attack on everything. Yeah, because, I mean, if these people have a problem with one small little thing right here, that means they're bigot in every category right here. They're going after all of us.
Thank you
Look at
to
this
the board for
Look at this one. Now, this is the one that would have made me, if I was this parent. Y'all might have seen Kev getting taken out of the board meeting, but I'm like, yeah, y'all will never forget me though. I got my respect. Watch this lady right here. This thing. By the way, on her shirt, protect trans kids with a big fat knife. Big fat knife right there.
for prioritizing the safety of the student that's been targeted.
Student that's been targeted. Look at the language. Not the girls that have been targeted by adults who should know better. But all of a sudden now it's the student that's been targeted
By a organization that weaponizes religion to push the white supremacist agenda.
See, there we go. Organization, they bring in these activists to attack these common sense parents. So now all of a sudden, the organization who protects the white religion that pushes these. Now see, this is the stuff, y'all. White liberals, all of a sudden, white religion, you can see Satan all over this woman. You can see demons all in this woman. Watch how these demons manifest themselves as she's talking to these parents and about white religion as a white woman with red hair. Here it comes, y'all. Here it comes.
Of their cis white husbands.
Of their cis white husbands. The smugness. Look at how she's looking at these parents. They're sitting there. The husband and wife is... Yeah, see, he didn't learn. I tried to give him a break. I tried to give the bug a break by just flicking him. But nah, he shook it off. He shook it off. Tried to come back out and embarrass me in front of my audience. Now I had to kill him. See, I had to kill him. He brought that on himself. And I'm going to leave his little body out there for his friends to see. So when they come around, oh, shoot, what happened to JoJo? Oh, you know what? This ain't the right house. Let's get out of here. We came in here for a better life. But this guy's not having it. There's no freeloading in this crib. So now let's get back to this crazy behind radical chick who obviously don't care if she gets beat up the way she's talking to these parents. Look at her. Look. You see the weirdos in the back? You see the vampire? You see the vampire back there? There it is. You got you a vampire back there. Uh-huh. Unbelievable. Nothing but the devil. You see that? How dare you sit there and stare at these parents like that? Yeah, I'm talking to y'all. Now see, if she gets snatched up, if she gets shaken up, then it'll be out there attacking me, they're this and that. But you got the nerve to just attack religion. You don't even know their religion. The white religion, white whatever, white this, white that, cis white husband.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Excuse me.
Now the mother comes in like, you're supposed to act like I can't even believe you guys are out here. Who brought these folks in here? And watch what the narrator does.
Excuse me, it's...
I have the mic.
Let's be respectful.
Look at her. See, this is what emboldens these crazy behind loonies. I have the mic. You get leaders who rush to defend this chick's behavior. So she's directly looking at these people, taunting these people, attacking these people. And when the lady's like, what the heck are you? What does that have to do with? Excuse me. Does somebody, and then look what she does. I have the mic. Now imagine if these people were in control or had power over your life. Can you imagine that? The way this chick is belittling this lady, her feelings, her daughter's feelings, the way she is attacking her. If this woman became a congresswoman, a president, a vice president, anything in leadership, it would be problems. She would be looking at all folks that disagree with her with this type of vitriol and disdain.
Please be respectful of each other's times. Listen.
Targeting a middle school student because of your white god.
Hey, yo, green. I feel like I'm turning green too. Hey, yo, green. I feel like I'm turning green too. From Bill Bixby to some incredible hope.
Can't believe it. You hear that? Targeting this individual because of your, what did she say?
Excuse me, this is...
Listen to this.
I have the mic.
Let's be respectful. Please be respectful of each other's times. Listen.
Targeting a middle school student because of your white god.
That's what made me turn green right there. You see how nasty and evil these people are? That's the crazy takeaway. You don't see conservatives that behave like this. And they swear up and down that most conservatives got to be white supremacists. They got to be racist. They got to be bigots. Yeah, I've never, when I started going to Trump rallies, I've never seen anybody look at me and talk to me this way. I never had anybody bring up religion. I guess since you're a brother, your black God, I'm pretty sure your God has a dashiki, a pick in his hair with the fist on it, the pick with the fist, or the black and green one, the red, black, and green pick that used to flip open like this right there. I'm sure your God has one of those. Jerry curl, a rock, and a dually rope. Does your God have one of those? I'm pretty sure he have a beanie on his head, gold all over him and stuff like Mr. T. And I'm sure that's the kind of God you have, bro. Rock and gold teeth all the way across his grills that bling bling. Your God have blings? Yeah, this woman right here. your white God. And you can see that this is all demonic. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me, can we pause for a second?
I'm really grateful to see how full this room is of support.
Of crazy, radical adults that are Muppets out here defending this nonsense.
For this kid, instead of the petty women that target him.
Look at that. Right there. Right there. See? They don't care if they... See, but it's that boldness because they done brought their posse. Yeah, she's up there. She's like, I got crazy leaders in here that I'm sure put out a memo. If anybody wants to discuss this, please come out. Matter of fact, hey, can you send out a whole bunch of crazy wackos here? Because this parent is about to light us up at this, conference right here. So can you send out some people who are crazy enough to get on here and look at these parents and call them out and have this type of disdain? But wait, the guy girl is back.
So, under the Illinois Human Rights Act, Section 3B-1, the use of restrooms, locker rooms, and changing rooms may not be restricted based on a student's physical anatomy or chromosomal sex.
But what about the executive order that Trump just wrote? So I don't care what you're reading. The executive order trumps that, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Oh, okay. But it only happens when, it comes down to, the Trump wanting to close down USAID. That's when, he got to be obedient and subservient to it. So now here this chick is out here just reading off whatever nonsense she's reading off and trying to say, hey, because of this stuff that crazy people wrote, these kids should be allowed in the bathroom together.
A student must be permitted to access restrooms or bathrooms, locker rooms, and changing rooms that align with their gender-related identity and without having to provide documentation or other proof of gender.
Now, these people right here, honestly, they should have their kids taken from them. You got this lady right here who thinks she's a guy because she's able to grow sideburns. Got these sideburns and put on a Scully to make herself look more boyish. Yeah, Scully and got her thing on. Do you think that this woman has a transgender kid because the kid really decided I'm gonna be transgender? Or do you think this person right here is brainwashing her kids? And I see that a lot. It's amazing how a lot of these people who claim they're trans also have transgender kids. Isn't that crazy? Is it genetic? Is it genetic or is it social contagion? That's what it is. So now this person who has a child that happens to be trans, that she's also trans, and she's reading off this garbage.
Under this act, and it is stated, the discomfort or privacy concerns of other students, teachers, or parents are not valid reasons to deny or limit the full and equal use of those facilities based on a student's gender-related identity. Instead, any student, teacher, or other individual seeking more privacy should be accommodated by providing that individual with a more private option upon their request.
So you hear that nonsense? Basically, shut your mouths, girls. If there's a problem, it's not, the little boy who thinks he's a girl. And really, I don't even blame the little boy who thinks he's a girl. I blame the adults who put this nonsense in place. So how about all you girls go ahead and decide to go into a small bathroom yourself, one by one, and change if you're uncomfortable. So I would suggest all these girls just say, you know what? We'll take up all our gym time changing one by one in a small one bathroom person and let that young man have the whole locker room to himself. And I guarantee you, then that'll be discrimination. They're making him feel, ostracized. They're making him feel like he's different because none of the girls are in there changing with him and he's in there with himself. Now he wants to go. Now he wants to go into the bathroom where they're at now. That's the kind of nonsense that would happen. They would go ahead and say, these girls right here are bullying him by not changing in front of him. He's sitting in there, look at him. He's in there by himself changing. Nobody's watching him. He's not allowed to watch the little girls get changed. This right here is bullying. Do you see the perversity? These folks want to force these girls to get naked in front of a young boy who next week might change his whole mind and think he's a boy. But he done seen all the goods on all the girls. Catch him at the lunchroom boasting, yeah, when I was a girl about 3 weeks ago. I saw all of them. Boy, I could tell you, she worked out. This one right there has a little, who knows? This dude could change his mind at any given second And now he done seen all these girls naked. And these fools are out here. See, I'm sorry, I'm trying to move on, y'all. But this is a topic, man, that is so demonic. You got to attack it just like that. You can't attack this type of evil casually. You got to call this mess out and don't even spare it. Don't try to water it down, make it sound a little nice or no. This is so evil that it has snuck and crept into schools and it's impacting kids. That's why people like this shouldn't even have a kid. Shouldn't even have one. She is totally, or he is, well, she and others like she, what they're doing is setting their kids off on a journey that they would not have gone on if they weren't born to these wackos right here. They have no idea how they're impacting their kids' lives or other kids' lives who are in locker rooms like this. When I was in the 8th grade, they forced me to change in front of a little boy, and I still can't get that out of my mind. Unreal. Now we're 20. He's back to being a boy, and he's joking on the internet about seeing me in the 8th grade. Stupid. They don't even think like that.
Sounds like that would be a great option in this case.
See that? See the nastiness that comes out of these people? They, in their mind, think the parents that complained about this got the problem. That would be a great option in this case. Boy, I tell you, man, they're lucky. They are lucky right about now. The conservatives got self-control and self-discipline. The way they're responding and mouthing off and pointing at, it warrants a butt whooping, honestly. It warrants a butt whooping. You're talking about my daughter. You're up here trying to make me seem like I'm a bigot or racist and stuff because I don't want little boys looking at my daughter and then got the nerve to be like, and this, and you know what, your cis white husband, and this and this and that. Because they don't fear somebody jumping up and going to work on them. Yeah, that's the problem. If this was reversed and there was a whole bunch of black women in here mad because their kid was getting forced in and they bring these people in, they would be real careful. Because you know the sisters, they'd be like, what you say? Girl, I get up, I'll snatch that hat off you and rip them sideburns off your face. Time in a knot. That's how long they are.
For your kids.
For your kids.
Talk to everyone else. Don't point us out. Do not look at us.
You see that? Don't point us out. Now, here's the mother responding to the crazy girl right here, who is pointing them out, your kids, this and this and that, and to your kid. Now, the mother responds and look at the guy.
So the whole audience is that direction.
Excuse me, it's his time to...
He messed it up. He misgendered her. He said, excuse me, gonna come in and try to regulate and defend the crazy lady right here. Excuse me, it's her. Oh, shoot. Did I just say her? Watch this.
To talk, right? So.
Thank you.
Wait. He said it's her. I mean him.
Excuse me. It's his time to talk, right?
Yeah. He got jammed up. Excuse me. It's her. I mean, it's her, the time to talk. See the nonsense, the mental gymnastics. They default back to what is natural. She. Oh shoot. Okay. I'm sorry. Did I say she? I mean he. Because your brain knows. You know, that this is stupidity. Every once in a while, it goes back to the reset of common sense. And then they got to catch it and go back to nonsense.
Thank you.
I wanted to say also that a lot of part of the education is to know that a lot of transgender people pass. You wouldn't know that they're transgender. And so what do you want to do? Like have genital checks of people? Talk about privacy.
See, there it is. The argument again. It's always, let me bring up something stupid. My laptop's about to die. I'm gonna have to switch this cord out. Hopefully this cord, hold tight. Let's see. Yeah, so hopefully that cord would be good for the mic. I'm almost done. Yeah, I tried to use the Apple cord because it's a little more stable, but at the expense of my laptop dying. Now let's get some power, some juice, because the devil don't like this one. The Diablos don't like this one. Talking about this precious transgender crazy folks in society. All right, can y'all hear me? Check one. Can y'all hear me? 1 2 1 2 breaker 1 9. Yeah, y'all got me? Okay, if not, let me know. All right, so So let's get back to this lady because they want to go back to the genitals. Yeah, how you gonna tell if they're a little boy or a little girl? Yeah, because see, I had no idea that little teeny petite guy right there with the sideburns, I had no idea it was a girl. Had no idea it was a girl. That the little guy with the skull cap that was pointing out. No idea. I'm pretty sure you would know the difference.
An invasion of privacy. That is a logistical hurdle that you would not want to even try to accomplish.
No, that's something stupid that you guys are using to block anybody who has a problem with this. Well, how you gonna tell? You're gonna take down a kid's pants and look at their genitals? That's what you guys really want to do. That's what you want to do. No, I think you guys are the nasty ones. I think you guys are the perverted ones that got the nerve to say, you know what, we want to force these girls into the bathroom and watch them change in front of a little boy. Yeah, we're going to sit here and go ahead, take it off. No, he's fine. Oh, she's fine. I'm sorry. She's fine. You know what? So go ahead. This is the kind of garbage that these perverted people are pushing, but yet they got the nerve to be talking about what's wrong with you people. I mean, why would you even want to look at little kids' genitals? We don't want to look at kids' genitals. Ain't got nothing to do with that. We don't want little boys looking at girls' genitals and vice versa, and they're in high school or middle school in this case.
I don't think. There are safe people, and please,
here we go.
Please, we need to expand this just from the locker room and teach respect. Using appropriate pronouns is the first thing you do. Do not call this child a he.
Do you understand the perversity in their minds? This chick right here really believes that this little boy is a girl. And these folks got jobs somewhere. You know, this is something that the Democrat Party has been okay with. Folks that are walking around our country delusional about the difference between males and females. And instead of diagnosing them properly as either schizophrenic, the psychotic, delusional, they go ahead and they promote and defend these people that come out and they say stupid stuff like this, that even Democrats that still got common sense, they know that is a bunch of shite. But I'm not going to say it. I'm going to defend it. Even though 80+% of the country is saying that's a bunch of shite.
She is a she from her soul. Her brain and heart match that.
Nope. She ain't a she from her soul. God made that soul a little boy rather. That's what happened. God made that little boy a boy. His brain matches a boy. His heart matches a boy. Why do you think all of these men who get in girl sports be beating them up? Something about a man's mentality when it comes down to aggression, it remains. When you see guys who get into boxing or MMA and they swear up and down, I was a girl. But, you know, all of a sudden, all of that male aggression, wrestling and tussling as a boy, the way I attack, physical confrontations and stuff, it's gone. Yeah. A lot of times women don't even think like guys do when it comes down to aggression. Oh, don't forget about the big heart just pumping a lot of that blood through it too. Yeah, you're not going to shrink that because you're on estrogen and stuff like that. As a man, I mean, my whole approach towards getting physical and aggressive with a guy is totally different than a woman. My mentality, I'm like, man, I'm about to run through this guy, drop a fat elbow on him, start dropping knees on him. Yeah, I mean, it's totally different. And I wouldn't even think that a woman would even have a shot in the ring with me just because I decide that I'm a girl. You can pump me up with all kind of estrogen. You can't change that though. Soon as they say, ready, fight, you'll see that, wow, this guy still got the big wide hands. This guy still got the big hands that when he drops them on it, that girl feels it like, whoa, that's man strength. That's man strength. But I better not say nothing because he's been on estrogen pills and puberty blockers now for about 3 days. So therefore, if I say something, I'm a bigot. Unbelievable, man.
Please.
So there you have it, guys. So we got some insane people still hiding out in liberal cities. We got to eventually snuff them out through just pumping a bunch of common sense and, folks into these cities that are saying, look, I might have started off liberal, but these people went crazy and I can't roll with them no more. They need to suffer so badly when it comes down to, number one, being punished by Trump and his administration by withholding funds from rogue cities like that. And by common sense people combating these crazy people who came out to try to make a spectacle of the situation. Boy, if I would have known that they were going to try to set them up, I would have posseed up and went up to Illinois for that. Next time they have one of those, let me know, somebody. I'll show up and be like, I want to get up and speak. Do I get 5 minutes? About to drop the hammer on all of you crazy folks. But anyway, it's not all bad news, guys. I know I turned green a few minutes ago, but now the sun is going down, and I'm easy, big guy. Easy, big guy. Because something good happened. Look at this, guys. Yeah, something real good happened.
Onishi, the first Crew 10 astronaut through the hatch.
Look at that, y'all.
Followed by Peskov.
The astronauts is back.
We're coming back before long, so, don't make all those plans without me. We'll be back before too long. I tell you.
Now, wait a minute. You mean to tell me the white African American supremacists went and got these astronauts? That's amazing. You mean the stupidest billionaire in the world that the left has been calling Elon? That guy. Yeah, that they've been saying he's stupid, he's crazy, he doesn't know, he's a white supremacist, he's evil. He needs to go back to Africa. You mean that guy, the oligarch, the one who sent Starlink when the folks down in North Carolina needed it? That guy, the one who sent a rocket up there to get these astronauts? I would have thought, being that evil, you would have just left him up there.
The outset, we have
like
always
Biden
had
did.
the utmost respect for Mr. Musk, and obviously respect and admiration for our president of the United States.
Uh-oh. Wow. It's not going to be a big celebration for these people when they get here saying things like that. They're not going to get a tour on The View. They're not going to be on MSNBC and CNN unless they're there to go ahead and attack them. Now, you said on a video that you thank Donald Trump and Elon Musk. But are you okay thanking a white supremacist? Are you okay thanking someone who's cutting the budget from this or that? That's the only way they're going to make it on the show. Because if they get on there talking about we want to thank Elon Musk and Donald Trump, that goes against the narrative. So the left can't even really enjoy, this victory right here. Because it came from Elon Musk. So they can't really celebrate it. They just got to cover it. By the way, in other news, the astronauts are back. Anyway, let's get back to the white supremacists in the White House. That's what they got to do. One article, I think it might have been CNN, they wrote a post saying, rocket makes it to space without blowing up. That's how they covered him going up there and bringing him back. Well, at least the rocket didn't blow up this time.
Donald Trump, we appreciate them. We appreciate all that they do for us and our human spaceflight for our nation.
You gonna get it? You can't say that.
We're thankful that they're in the positions they're in.
Oh, look at that. There it is. Beautiful, isn't it? Wow.
And splashdown. Crew 9.
Then I'll be quiet for a minute.
Yay! Except all the liberals. Yeah, see, remember, the Democrats aren't allowed to clap for nothing that Donald Trump or Elon does. So I'm pretty sure if we were doing that speech that Donald Trump gave a couple weeks ago, he could have all the Democrats in the room on a big screen watching this happen. Watching it happen. And soon as that bad boy would have landed, all the Republicans would have clapped, and I guarantee you the Democrats would have been over there like this. They'd have been over there like, I wish it would have blew up. I wish that capsule would have flipped upside down and they would all drown. I wish. Yeah, that's how they would have responded to it. So they're not allowed to celebrate it. But I can. Beautiful. But wait, why was it up there that long anyway?
And SpaceX Freedom, splashdown. Good main release.
Hi everyone, thanks for doing this. So my question relates to Elon Musk has said that he made the offer to bring you guys back earlier.
And what happened? What happened? It was denied.
Is that true? And if so, what would that have looked like?
Wow. So first of all, this would be a great time to be a man up in space with a bald head. Because if I would have been back in the 80s when I had the long Jerry curl, I would have looked like this lady right there in space. All my activator would have floated right up to the top of the ceiling. Kev, can you lay off the Jerry curl juice? You're plugging up a whole bunch of our instruments and stuff with that spray. You do realize it's not going on your hair. It's just going straight up. It's going straight up. Why are you even trying to keep it lubricated and activated anyway? You're in space. Just let it go. No, man. whatever, dude, picking it out. Asking, can they send up a beautician to go ahead and refresh my curl? Yeah. So that lady right there is looking like she stuck her finger in the socket, but it's hilarious. But now, these people right here are talking about, yeah, we were banding up here.
Is he offering to make another flight, push seats on another flight? Could you give us some background there?
Yeah.
I can only say that Mr. Musk, what he says is absolutely factual. We have no information on that though whatsoever. What was offered, what was not offered, who it was offered to, how that process went.
I just want. So wait, Elon Musk offered to get these folks out of there a long time ago. Who would have the authority to say, nah, let them stay? Oh, Joseph Robinette Biden. However, most likely he probably didn't make that decision. Somebody under him probably said, no, this is not good for PR. Because if Elon does this, it'll look like a win. See, now we could have let him do this back in the day when we loved him. When we was talking about he's the Tony Starks and this guy right is our modern day Da Vinci and all of this stuff. We could have let that happen then. But when he decided to start supporting Trump, everything that he puts his hands on got to be evil and stuff. So let's see how the election works out, even though it's going to trap him up there for 9 extra months.
I want to clarify on the issue of whether or not you had offered to send this rocket to space to rescue these astronauts sooner to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I heard somebody earlier today say, in fact, that didn't happen when I believe it did.
Oh, it happened.
We definitely offered to return the astronauts earlier. There's no question about that. The astronauts were only supposed to be there for 8 days, and they've been there for almost 10 months.
Now, you know how pissed off I'd be if I was one of these astronauts? 10 months. Because Democrats wanted to play politics with our lives, pretty much. You'll be fine. 10 months, it's not that bad. We'll see you after the election if we win. Boy, thank God for Trump and thank God for Elon Musk.
So obviously that doesn't make any sense. SpaceX could have brought the astronauts back after a few months at most. And we made that offer to the Biden administration. It was rejected for political reasons.
Oh, it's because of Elon Musk. Everything he did with SpaceX, that those astronauts stranded for 9 months, they're finally coming home. Mr. President, your reaction to what's unfolding?
So when I came in office, I said, Elon, we got to get them out. You have a rocket ship handy?
Look at Trump. Elon, we got to get them out. You got a rocket ship handy? Yeah, that's Trump talk right there. That's real talk right there. That ain't your politician. We got to get them out. Hey, Elon, you got a rocket handy? He talks like everyday guys, man. Love it. And guess what? One of his best friends had an actual rocket. Actually, I do. You ever had a friend who's handy, got all kind of stuff, he's resourceful? Oh, man, I need an ultratronic flipper. I actually got one of those. What? I just made that up. Yeah, I know. But actually, I built it. Hey, you're so resourceful.
How many people have a rocket?
Wonderful. So, guys, Trump and Elon are doing big things. The media hates them. They hate them both. Trump number 1, Elon number 2. And to the point where their TDS, or should I say, is greater than their TDS. Well, you know what? It is a part of TDS that they're deciding to defend these illegal immigrant gang members who are being shipped out of the country. Now, you might have heard, real quick as we close out the segment tonight, that there are activist judges, and I mentioned them earlier in my stream, that are lower level judges that are being prostituted by the Democrat Party to go ahead and throw all these injunctions out there to prevent Trump from, carrying out his executive orders. And really, that's the constitutional crisis. But the media's goal is to defend a whole bunch of lower level court judges that are throwing out these stays and all of that stuff. And then when Trump says, I have the executive power to do these things, and yeah, we're not going to listen to this particular one right here, then their goal from that point is to say Trump is causing the constitutional crisis because he's not allowing the executive branch to be, castrated by all these lower level judges. He's the one that's just overstepping his boundaries. Not these lower level judges that are weighing in and preventing stuff that is in the purview of the executive branch. Not them. They're not the ones that's picking this fight. So Trump got to stop now with all of the stuff that he's doing, because y'all have activated all of these activist judges to just keep throwing stuff at him. Just like the lawfare. Keep throwing stuff. Just keep throwing stuff at him. Yeah, keep him always fighting these little battles. Make him have to put out all these fires. And then the second layer of support is the media rushes right in once one of these stupid judges blocks something and say, that's Mr. Trump. I mean, he's not going to obey it. Why is he going to obey it? See, remember, we told y'all he's going to be a dictator. We told y'all he was going to be rogue. We told y'all he was going to do whatever he wanted to do. See, look at him. He's doing it. That's the whole goal. The plan is throw all this stupid stuff out there. And then when you force the executive branch to say, all right, we know exactly why y'all doing this, and we know exactly the goal of this. And you know what? This one, it goes too far. We're going to go ahead and blow right past this one. And then immediately the media comes out and says, didn't we tell y'all? Didn't we tell y'all that Trump, he's the one that doesn't listen to the, even though Illinois, we just saw, said, forget that federal law about boys and girls in the bathroom. We're going to do what we want. Even though the Democrats often in the past say we ain't got to listen to these judges and stuff like that. We should just go ahead and do it. So now let's see what is going on with this, because we got rid of some dang on the Trente Agua, something, well, I don't know how to pronounce it. Some gang members, illegal gang members, okay, and this judge tried to block it. So let's see this nonsense before we bounce. Trente.
Jocelyn
Is the
Green,
White House
Lincoln
above
Riley, or
the
anyone
federal
else.
courts? Is that what you're saying?
So this CNN woman done brought the brain on to her network. And now you want to spar with the brain? You can't spar with the brain. Stephen Miller is the brain, man. So she's set up already for failure.
What I'm saying is that what you said, there's a separation of powers. The judiciary exercises judgment and relief.
I don't speak for the White House. You are here to speak
I will
for
do.
You're here to speak for the White House.
Get her brain. Get her brain.
One simple question.
I am. Ready? Here we go.
Here we go.
Under a proper reading of the Constitution, district court judges provide relief to individual plaintiffs seeking relief. District court judges.
You following this? You following this, CNN? You hack up here trying to say that, aren't you? Their whole goal. They're not thinking about the Americans. They might be victims of these gang members. They're not thinking about that. Yeah, they're not interested in demonizing these judges like they did the judges that sided for Trump. They're not interested in bringing on people to say, talk to us about this female judge who seems to be always siding with Trump. Is she qualified? Is she qualified? Does she have credentials, even though she was a minority female immigrant judge? But we didn't care. Any judge that sides with Trump, they're illegitimate. But now all of a sudden, she wants to legitimize these crazy radical judges that everybody who voted for Trump knows exactly what they're doing. But they want to try to convince us that no, it's Trump disobeying all of these radical, crazy judges because he's just rogue. That's what it is. But she done got hold to the brain.
Not have the authority, as a general matter, to enjoin the functioning of the executive branch. But their authority is at its lowest point.
Lowest point.
When the president is exercising his powers as commander-in-chief.
Are you getting that? Are you getting that? So now all these lower level judges, I guess, they're running our government. They're like my friend Rob, when he slammed his dad, and all of his brothers when they were little was like, I guess Robbie's our new dad now. Made him Superman. What? Yeah, I guess Robbie's our new dad now since he slammed dad twice. So now, I guess they're saying that these crazy radical judges are our new president now. Yeah, they could decide on foreign policy and force us to spend money that, of course, is wasteful or even corrupt. They can do whatever they want to do. Yeah. Now, we've never seen this being done until Trump gets in office. All these new presidents are being set just for Trump.
And I asked you a question, you never answered it. Can a judge enjoin troop movements overseas? Can a district court judge enjoin troop movements overseas? Stephen, yes,
I am not going to get into the.
Because I don't know.
Just say no, and then you'll know that I'm right.
This is a
Just
separate
say no,
question.
and you'll know that I'm right.
It's a separate question that I can't answer because you're making too much sense. I shouldn't have brought the brain on my show if I was going to be pushing propaganda because he's propaganda proofed.
Okay, we're not.
The president is exercising his Article 2 powers to defend the country against an invasion or to repel a foreign terrorist that is unlawfully in the country.
Tell her, brain.
He's exercising his core Article 2 powers as commander-in-chief.
Is Venezuela invading?
Look at that. Just overrode all of that. Right now, the people in her ear are saying, okay, now, we don't have anybody in here qualified to spar with the brain. But we're going to do our best. Hopefully you won't get embarrassed too bad. Does interrupt him right now and ask, is Venezuela at war with America? Yeah. Try to make it seem like there's something wrong with the way Trump is doing this and his executive authority when it comes down to deporting these people. And, this act that he just brought back, some alien act, I forget what it's called. But nonetheless, she wants to focus on that. Like, he don't really have the authority to do this. We're not at war with Venezuela.
This is a very important point. This is a Title 50 authority. It's a
Here.
commander-in-chief authority. So just to ask you a simple question, you talk about how the system works.
Yeah.
Does a district court judge have the right to direct or enjoin troop movements overseas? Yes or no?
Well, Stephen, my question.
My question
Well, no,
Stephen, answer
because I'm not here for that. I'm not here to educate the people and be fair, but I'm here to go ahead and push the narrative that Trump is just, he's doing whatever he wants in spite of these radical, crazy judges. So I can't answer that because I know, you're beating me up here with truth, facts, and stuff like that. So I'm here to push propaganda.
My question first.
In other words,
is Venezuela invading our country in a way that would?
Look, she thinks she got it. Is Venezuela invading our country like the alien something act or whatever?
TDA. So I'll answer yours and you'll answer mine. Under the terms
She
of the
can't answer
statute,
yours.
Tren de Aragua is an alien enemy force that has come here as detailed at length in the proclamation at the direction of the Venezuelan government.
Oh, snap! You see the brain? He like, yep, actually, I'm glad you asked. Yeah, the Venezuelan government who used that same game to assassinate one of their political rivals, I think, yeah, they're sending them. So, yeah, when it comes down to some of these South American countries, the gang members and these criminals are kind of one and the same with the government. You can't really even be a free president or leader down there, and most of them, most of the countries down there, without the influence of these criminals who run this bad boy. That's why you don't want to go to prison in certain countries down in South America. You're like, man, I already know what they're going to do to me down there. But now he just dropped that on her. Let's see how she responds.
The statute says that a president has the ability to repel an invasion or predatory
She don't care about that.
that is directed by a foreign
state or a
government.
government.
By a
right?
state or a
It is
government, right.
This would be, yes, it is documented. The TDA was sent by the Venezuelan government in the proclamation. And here's an even more important point. Under the Constitution, who makes that determination? A district court judge elected by no one or the commander-in-chief of the Army and Navy?
Oh my! The brain is all over her right now. All she can do is sit there and take it. Head cocked to the side thinking of how can I work around the brain. You can't work around the brain, man. It's too big, too big. So now he's like, actually they were. And now here she is stuck. Because instead of coming out trying to say, why is it that these crazy judges are making decisions like that make no sense? Plane already in the air. Plane's in the air. Turn it around. Because some dude in his drawers got a phone call probably from some activists. Could you hook me up? We need you to go ahead and put an injunction against Trump with this, and I'm in my drawers. What do you want me to do? All right, I'll say it. Oh, no, look, turn the plane around. So now this fool who made this decision, who I hope get impeached, and I hope the Supreme Court finally puts this stuff to bed and say, look, enough of these radical, crazy, lower-level judges stopping or impeding the executive branch from doing what we voted him in to do, or else we don't have an executive branch. We got a bunch of radical, crazy judges making foreign policies and military decisions for us.
The president and the president alone makes a decision
Look at her.
of what triggers
that.
Well, there's very...
Look at her. doing everything she can to work around the brain. And then you send this dude out with a lesser brain to push some propaganda with this fake Republican, and then the brain has to rip him too.
Very disturbing reporting in the New York Times.
No, what's disturbing is you have no bass in your voice. You got no bass in your voice. Come on. He got no bass. How low can you go? None whatsoever.
Just this morning suggesting, not concluding, but suggesting that may in fact have happened.
May in fact have happened that I'm talking all the way up in my nostrils. You don't hear it coming out my nose?
So do you have a stuffed up nose? Yeah, I can't get none out of here. It ain't coming from the guts, coming straight from the nose.
That happened today.
And that Judge Boasberg, the trial court judge who issued this temporary restraining order and said you can't remove people. And he also said to the extent that there are planes in the air, they need to come back.
Well, I can feel it coming in the air all night. You hear that, Judge? It's already in the air. Well, when you told me you were flying, I could not make you stop. There it is. That dude right there trying to shut it down in mid-flight. We don't have enough gas to turn around. So what? This lower level judge, he said turn it around. Okay, well, what about the weather conditions? Who cares? All right, I'm here to defend illegal gang immigrants and their rights. Once again, dumb behind Democrats are on board with this nonsense.
You cannot remove people because I'm finding that this is improper. It's unclear at this point whether, in fact, that order was complied with. The doomsday scenario for this country is the idea that
the doomsday scenario for this country is radical unelected judges who are deciding what the executive branch can do. That's the doomsday scenario. That's the real constitutional crisis for the man with no base.
But he said it's Trump. You see the narrative? Convince our dumb, stupid audience that it is Trump just out there wilding, and all of these last-minute judges that just step up and say, well, you can't do that. Why? I don't know quite yet why, but I'm just going to stop you until we figure out why or come up with another plan. That's what we're going to do.
You would just ignore a court order. At that point, there is no rule of law in this country. You're a law of the jungle. So
they're trying to paint the picture that Trump is the lawless one because he is being bombarded with all of these stupid injunctions. And they know at some point he's going to get mad and say, man, forget this. Now, the Supreme Court, which is a little flaky right now, but they need to go ahead and put this to bed like tomorrow. Or Congress, right now, the Republicans need to go ahead and start putting all of this in law. Do something, man. But don't sit back and let these fools push this narrative by having all these reckless, crazy activist judges bombarding the executive branch with these stupid injunctions and then get to the point where Trump says, man, forget them. We're going forward, and then give the media and the Democrats some more leverage to say, see, we told y'all he's doing whatever he wants to do. He's lawless. He's lawless.
That's a thing to keep an eye on as to whether that in fact happened.
So first of all, Andrew Weissman is an absolute moron.
Oh, you hear the brain come back in? Yeah, that dude with no face is an absolute moron. Meaning he's not leaving no room for morality. The morality, there it is. He said he's an absolute moron, 100%. There's no fluctuation in his moronness. Yeah, he's 100% moron from the rooter to the tutor. Thank you, Stephen Miller.
He is a moron, and he is a fool, and he's a degenerate. Andrew Weissman has devoted his career to putting innocent Americans in jail, taking away their civil liberties. What? He was involved in the Mueller coup against a democratically elected president, Donald J. Trump. Weissman should never be on TV anywhere. He should hang his head in eternal shame for what he's done to this country. And now he's up there shilling for people who and murder Americans. Oh! That's who Andrew Weissman is.
Yeah, so you hear the brain drop the hammer on him? The brain just say, you know what? That man don't need to even be on TV no more. Go ahead and retire that lack of bass in that voice. We don't want to hear those nostrils on TV ever again.
You know what? That's the thing. It's a constitutional crisis. We don't want to hear you talking out of your nose ever again. Thank you, Brain. But unfortunately, you got these dummies right here that Scott Jennings is going to have to go ahead and put them to bed as well.
Have to actually prove that those people are who they say they are and that they've carried out those acts of those criminal acts.
Well, we know it.
You got to actually prove that they're actual gang members. Tattoos all over the place and everything. I'm pretty sure they all got records. I'm pretty sure they're not American citizens. Oops, oh man, my bad, dog. We had no idea you was a full-blown American citizen. We just went in and swooped you up. We didn't look at no credentials. We didn't look at your license. We didn't run no background check. We just assumed, since you kind of was, you look like these guys, that we go ahead and deport you and put you in a prison too. That's what we did. We had no idea these guys were gang members. Look at the foolishness. These folks are defending the gangs.
They're violent people because...
How do we know?
How
do we know?
Because their records have already been pulled. I mean, these people were violent.
I think that the
from
court...
where they came from, and now they're here.
For Abby to be so... She's cute. She's a pretty lady. But she's a dumb lady. This is what being a propagandist makes you reduce yourself to. You now have to defend stupidity, and it makes you look dumb. It makes her look like a bubblehead. I'm saying, man, I seen you on TV, might have went out to dinner with you, but I heard you out there trying to make me think that Tom the Holman Hammer, okay, just randomly grabbed guys and said, y'all gang members, regardless of any evidence or anything, and we're going to deport you under that premise. Yeah, so here she is. How do you know? How do you know?
Illegally, so
One of the things that
actually know who they are.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Have
One
they
of the
even
things
given
that
us their
happened
identity?
in the court today is that the lawyers for the government couldn't say really who these people were.
And interestingly enough, what they tried to use is they said,
so we got to go ahead and put that on blast to the public and to the media before we go ahead and deport them. See, they want the Trump administration, which is the most transparent administration ever, to now, as soon as we swoop up 100 or so of those guys, all right, before we deport them and take them to, whatever, here's the all of the guys, here's their track record, the background. We can't operate without, getting it approved by the media and by the Democrats and by all these radical judges. That's what we got to do now? I mean, that's ridiculous. Does that apply to everybody we arrest now? Under Trump, yeah, of course. If you arrest anybody, how do we know they're guilty? How do we know they did it? How do we... All these stupid things right here, and it's all designed to defend the illegals. And I wonder why their ratings suck. Scott Jennings is keeping this platform right here alive. So here they are. How do you know? Just anything they can to make it seem like Trump is just snatching up regular Americans and just taking them away and throwing them in a prison somewhere.
we're looking at some of their tattoos, which means they have a gang affiliation, so they can be deported. It's a slippery slope that we don't want to open up.
There we go. It's always a slippery slope. You know what? It could be profiling. You don't want to accidentally be snatching them up. Okay, you got a tattoo? Come here, buddy. Are you a part of this gang? No, here's my license. I'm an American citizen. I don't care about that. Get that out of here. Regardless of that, we're going to still take you away because of that tattoo. That's how we operate. Stupid stuff, man.
Well, we have a process for everything. But they're illegal immigrants, yes?
So actually, again,
we don't know that. We don't know that. I'm sure Tom the Hammer Holman is just snatching up American citizens. Do you see the stupidity? We don't know that. We don't know that. What do you mean we don't know that? Do you understand if we would have taken an American citizen and sent them down there, they would have found out so quickly, and that would be across the media all over the place. All over the place. Mess around and deport an American citizen and send them to the prison. Where'd they send them to? Because they didn't make it down wherever. They sent them to, not Venezuela. They sent them to, what's the great president down there who's, he got the big super prison. What's the country? It's not Venezuela. It's, anyway, y'all are telling me. But yeah, so I'm sure an American citizen accidentally got swooped up and they're down there. Now you do under El Salvador. Thank you. If that would have happened, do you understand the blowback? But this guy, how do you know? How do you know?
They're saying they're bad people so they can get out of here.
It would be fine if
It's
we
all,
did that, but we
the
don't.
quotas is all fun until the rebel has the gun, right? What if somebody turns that on one of us or anybody?
Oh God! What if somebody turns that on one of us? See, it's stupid arguments like this that you got to work hard to make anybody say, "Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense." So wait a minute. Since there might be somebody who they question whether you're an American citizen or not, and regardless of the answer, regardless of whether you are an American citizen or not, they wouldn't care. They'll just snatch you up and take you away anyway. Yeah, just because they're trying to rid the country of people of color. Yeah, regardless of that, okay, what we should do is just stop deporting at all. Just go ahead and surrender. Yeah, don't even try to get these illegal, corrupt gang members out of the country because you might accidentally, racially profile somebody. So their solution is what? See, this is the thing. Yeah, they hate Trump so much and they want to protect these precious illegals. They present stupid arguments like that to make no sense. And the alternative would be simply to say, well, just let them all stay. Because we don't want to run the risk of one of them accidentally being racially profiled. However, we wouldn't have this problem if it wasn't for the dumb behind Democrats who brought all these millions of people in. But he don't care about that. He's talking about maybe one or two that might be questioned or something.
They're not citizens. There's people who are here.
The state of affairs in America is one that citizens are being stopped in question. I met with a U.S. citizen who was stopped at a subway station.
No, I met with a U.S. citizen. I went and found the one person, if this is true. I met with a U.S. citizen who was stopped at a subway station. And what happened to that U.S. citizen?
Questioned by ICE, detained for 3 hours. What? This is the state of affairs in America.
No, the state of affairs in America, buddy, is we got 11 plus million illegal immigrants that bombarded our country within the last 3 to 4 years. And a whole bunch of them are gang members and murderers and all kind of stuff. And we got to get them out of here. That's the state of America. And then we got radical, stupid judges trying to block Trump from doing it. That's the state of America. But you're worried about one person who was, stopped at a subway and they were asked some questions. Then what happened? I'm sure after that, I said, we don't care about your proof of being an American citizen. Yeah, we're going to still take you away and lock you up, buddy. Didn't give no details of why that person was stopped. Was the person hanging out with a whole bunch of illegal immigrants from another country? What made them have to say we might have to ask some more questions? Did they not have the credentials up front to show or prove we had to wait it out? Yeah, he don't want them details. He want to pick the one story, if it is true, to try to use that to say that we should scrap the whole program. Yeah, forget even trying, man, because one guy, one person in Subway got detained for a little bit and then let go.
So it's not necessarily about who's on that plane who may have a criminal record. We don't know their names, their first names and last name, but it is really about those that are not on the plane that could find themselves one day on a plane.
Unbelievable. You see these stupid arguments they're trying to make? Yeah, so he's basically, he's doing what a lot of these raggedy people who are trying to defend this stuff is doing. They're trying to imply that this whole deportation thing is a big dragnet sweep of people of color that, who knows? You might look at that guy and say, he looks like he's from Somalia. That guy looks like might be from Africa. That guy looks like he's a Chinese man. Just sweep them all up. Just sweep them all. We're not even trying. Now, do you understand how easy it is to determine if somebody's an American citizen or not? When it comes down to ICE, if you're an American citizen, bam, here's my ID. I was born in this hospital. I was born here at this country. You know what? I've been here for all my life. Or here's my paperwork. Or run my social security number. That's how easy that is. But these folks want to make people think that they're just snatching up people based on sight. Like that. Is it 3 or 4 Mexicans? Let's grab them up. Throw them on a plane. Don't ask no questions. Just throw them on a plane. And see, they're out here pushing this to make it appear like this is a possibility. That, yeah, right now it might be all gang members, but who knows? Anybody of color might find himself on a plane going back to Africa. Like Elon Musk. He needs to go back to Africa. That darn
African American.
People are conflating different groups of people. U.S. citizens are different than non-citizens, and people here under certain status are much different than people who came here illegally, particularly if you came here illegally and you were violent where you came from. And I think the Trump administration, frankly, has a political and maybe even a legal mandate to exit from the country, violent, illegal.
Sit there and take that, you dummy. That's what you get for defending stupidity. Now you're getting a verbal lashing by Scott. Oh, gosh. Look at Whoopee Cushion. Look at Rocks in the Voice. These dummies right here is about to pretend that they might even be thrown on that plane, y'all.
You just got to keep your eyes open, y'all.
Keep your eyes open.
If they can just come up and take somebody because they've made a decision that you're supposed to be that person, any one of us could find ourselves being deported.
How is this show still on the air? If they could just come up and take anybody. So wait, Whoopi. I guess anybody is in danger. They wouldn't recognize you with those rocks in the voice. They wouldn't recognize you with those long, nasty dreadlocks hanging down the back of your head. They wouldn't recognize you. She's black. Doesn't matter. Let's grab her and throw her in the back. You understand that they're pushing this type of foolishness and fear into society. And that's why we had the crazy segment in the beginning of my show where people are there, if you voted for Trump, you can't eat Mexican food and this and this and that. So according to Whoopi, they're just snatching random humans up at this point. This is Nazi Germany. What is this? Do you have the papers? No? We want you to get in the back of the van. All of this, that's what's happening right now. That's what she wants people to think, that this is the state of America. That's when you get stupid people like Mad Max coming out. You know what? I think Donald Trump wants a civil war. They always push this type of craziness, and folks that aren't mentally stable will react to that and think that that's a reality. So in Whoopi's mind, anybody of color, of course, could be snatched up for racist reasons. Yeah, the whole purpose of Tom the Hammer Holman, Trump, and all of this is just the weed America of people of color. Not American citizens versus illegal immigrants. No, it's just people of color.
To some country.
Don't give them any ideas, girl.
Well,
don't give me any ideas, girl. And then we're going to end with this, guys. Yeah, so apparently Whoopi thinks we're Nazi Germany and we're scooping up just anybody and taking them away. To a concentration camp or something. But speaking of Germany, because of the way we're handling our immigration policies and the way that we are, dealing with this, some fancy guy over in Germany, I guess he's a politician, had the nerve to chastise us and say that we should get back the Statue of Liberty because we don't represent the stuff that was on the poem on the Statue of Liberty. He wants the statue back. So Caroline Lovett has a message for this German bootleg woke leader as we close.
Different. There is now a member of the European Parliament from France who does not think the U.S. represents the values of the Statue of Liberty anymore. They want the Statue of Liberty back. So is President Trump going to send the Statue of Liberty back to France?
Yeah, are we going to send it back to France? Since this woke Germany person who said that, woke French guy, he said they want it back, y'all. They want it back. So we got to package it up. Somebody go get some bubble wrap, a couple boxes. We can stuff it in there, pad it, make sure it doesn't get broken, and send it right back.
Absolutely not. And my advice to that unnamed low-level French politician would be to remind them that it's only because of the United States of America that the French are not speaking German right now. So they should be very grateful to our great country.
Oh, snap, little Frenchman. That I cannot believe she said that to me. Just because I am French and I have no bass in my voice, I'm wondering why she would say, yeah, give it to him. Remind him. There you go. Since we've abandoned the principles of the Statue of Liberty, because according to that little Frenchman, we're supposed to just let anybody come in at any time into our country. Yeah, just because France have abandoned all types of immigration common sense, and they're really not a nation anymore because they've allowed themselves to be compromised through illegal immigration and globalist policies. Now he wants to put that on us. He wants us to be stupid. No, we're able to see what's happening over there in Europe. And we're saying that's what not to do. See, that's the result of unchecked illegal immigration. Yeah, you see, your people don't even like it. To change the whole culture. And now y'all are on a run and stuff like that. Because you're scared. You're too woke and scared to actually say, we got radical people in our country who don't have our same values, and they are destroying our country. But we got woke fools like this guy, who makes a statement like that. And I'm saying, wow. So when you guys get in trouble because y'all have weakened your nation and y'all are vulnerable to any type of attack or any other country, guess who you're going to be calling on with those values? Can the U.S. come and help us? We are under attack. Yeah. Merci, oui. No, we're not coming. We don't have the same values anymore. Here's your statue, though. Here's your statue. They're probably going to blow it up, though, once we deliver it because they've already conquered France. See how stupid modern day liberals are, man. So anyway, God bless y'all. God bless America. I hope that Frenchman got the message loud and clear. Loud and clear. All right, so this number on the screen, 330-974-4607 is the number you text MAGA to Kevin, and you'll be in the loop. Also, if this is your first time joining the show, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you set your notifications on to all so that you'll get the notification. I'll be working on some individual clips tonight. Might even upload, I'm feeling kind of good, might even upload a standalone video. Who knows? But you got to have your notification set so you can catch it. Don't forget, also check out Kevin's Corner Store. And if you want to support the channel through my Cash App or PayPal, the links are below. And follow me on all the other social media platforms as well. All right, now let's get out of here, man. After checking out all this stupidity, perversity, liberalism, and stuff like that. This is our city. Yeah. Take care.